transformative power of Zen and the art of NLP. A lot more success with a lot less stress on Transformation Talk Radio. Every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, Dr. Steve Simpson combines the principles of Zen philosophy with the techniques of neuro-linguistic programming to help you achieve your goals with ease and tranquility. Whether you're seeking personal growth, professional development, or improved relationships, this show offers practical strategies and insights to navigate life's challenges with a calm and focused mindset. Get ready to embrace a new level of success and serenity. Zen and the art of NLP starts now.
Hello, everyone. Well, it certainly does start now today, because one of our greatest gifts is probably the one you never think about. It's about the massive release of power when you open your eyes and you become enlightened. If you do this right, you will glide through life like a swan on a calm lake. If you do it wrong, your life might be a never-ending series of tropical storms, but don't worry, we're not going to let that happen. I'm Dr. Steve Simpson, and you are listening to Zen and the Art of NLP on Transformation Talk Radio. Today, as we delve into the life of Buddha, we will also explore how the principles of neuro-linguistic programming, known as NLP, and Zen philosophy intersect with his journey. And these insights will not only inspire you, hopefully, but also provide practical tools for personal growth and inner peace. The three foundations of NLP are: number one, modeling excellence. You don't need to reinvent any wheels. Number two, using effective language patterns. And number three, learning how to connect to the massive power of the unconscious mind, which will do all the heavy lifting for you, mainly, but not only, through hypnosis. And these foundations form the basis of NLP and are crucial for understanding its principles and techniques. And we'll also explore Zen philosophies, because Zen is a state of calmness, attentiveness, and inner peace. It shares a common goal with NLP to enhance personal development, boost performance, and improve communication, as well as other things too. And someone with a Zen attitude approaches a situation calmly and with a focused awareness, just like we all do, I'm sure, because this is the home of peak performance and the source of massive results. So today, the headline topic is The Life of Buddha, a Journey to Enlightenment. The life of the Buddha, also known as Siddhartha Gautama, is a tale of profound transformation and spiritual awakening. His journey from a life of luxury and privilege to one of renunciation and truth-seeking is a source of inspiration for millions worldwide. Born into a life of luxury and privilege, he renounced it all in search of truth and liberation from suffering. His journey led him to discover the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, which we'll explain. These core teaching of Buddhism have inspired millions worldwide for over 2,500 years. Now, we always have a few quotes on this show, so I've got three now, and they're all from the same person. They're all from Buddha. And so do you want to know what the Buddha thought were the secrets of life? Well, you're going to get it whether you do or not. He says, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. And we've used several similar words many times in this show so far. Quote number two, we are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. We become what we think. So choose our thoughts carefully. And the final one, quote, it's better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It can't be taken away from you, not by angels or by demons, heaven or hell. And the source of these three quotes, as they are most week, is brainyquote.com. So stay with us for the next 30 minutes and let us help you experience that sweet spot of mind, body, and soul to embrace a new level of success and serenity, helping you achieve a lot more success with a lot less stress, because that's what these shows are all about. Please post your questions and comments, and I'll do my best to answer them in the final part of the show. You can also call us live now at our live call-in number 1-800-930-2819, because this is your chance to engage directly with the topic and to share your thoughts with our audience. And to remind you, today's headline topic is The Life of Buddha, a Journey to Enlightenment. So we are now ready for our next adventure, and we'll dive again into the middle of our brains. I warn you that you may never think the same way about yourself ever again. So you've got two choices. You can turn back, or you can be brave. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Said that a few times. So let's get started right now. We've got 3 steps here, and step 1 of 3, it shares the story of Buddha's life, because we all want to know where we came from, we all want to know where we are right now, and we all want to know where we're going, even though, of course, we should really just stay in the moment. And these lessons are more than just theoretical. They can be applied in your daily life to achieve more success with a lot less stress. So where did Buddha and his journey to enlightenment begin? It began in Lumbini in Nepal, where he was born around the 6th century BCE. Siddhartha was the son of King Suddhodana and Queen Maya. A prophecy foretold that the young prince would become either a great ruler or a renowned spiritual leader. Fearful of losing his son to a life of renunciation, the king shielded Siddhartha from the harsh realities of life, as probably lots of parents do, surrounding him with luxury and pleasure. But despite his father's efforts, Siddhartha's sheltered existence could not last forever. At the age of 29, he ventured outside the palace walls, and he encountered 4 sights that would forever change his life. These encounters exposed him to the realities of suffering, of old age, of sickness, and of death, and ignited within him a deep desire to find a way to overcome these universal human experiences. Driven by this newfound quest, Siddhartha renounced his royal life, leaving his wife and newborn son behind. I don't know what they thought about this. He embarked a journey of spiritual seeking, studying under various teachers and practicing extreme asceticism. However, these practices failed to bring him the lasting peace and understanding that he sought. Siddhartha adopted a path of moderation, which is known as the middle way. He sat beneath a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India, determined to meditate until he attained enlightenment. After 49 days of intense meditation, he finally achieved his goal of becoming the Buddha, which can also mean the awakened one. And the Buddha's enlightenment revealed to him the 4 noble truths we mentioned before, and because these are the central tenets of Buddhism. Very briefly, I'll explain what they are. The truth number 1 is the truth of suffering exists in many forms, including physical and mental pain, dissatisfaction, and impermanence. And we can all think of our own, I'm sure. The truth of the origin of suffering arises from craving and attachment. So what do you crave? What are you attached to? The truth number 3 is the truth of the cessation of suffering. It can be overcome by extinguishing craving and attachment, although, as we can guess, it's not easy. And the 4th one is the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, is the Eightfold Path. That's the way we do it, a practical guide to ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. The Eightfold Path, which follows on, consists of, number 1, right understanding, understanding the 4 noble truths and the nature of reality. Number 2, right thought, cultivating thoughts of renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. Number 3, right speech, abstaining from lying, divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter, just like I'm sure we all do all the time. And right action, abstain from killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. We don't do any of those things, do we? Right livelihood, number 5, we earn a living in a way that does not harm oneself or others. Number 6, right effort, cultivating wholesome states of mind and abandoning unwholesome ones. And number 7, right mindfulness, developing awareness of the present moment, including our thoughts, our feelings, and our sensations. And the last one, right concentration, cultivating one-pointedness of mind through meditation. Almost every week we mention meditation, and we're going to do a meditation later in the show. After enlightenment, the Buddha traveled to Sanath, where he delivered his first sermon, The Setting in Motion of the Wheel of Dhamma. In this sermon, he shared his insights on the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path with 5 ascetics, so it wasn't a huge crowd, and they became his first disciples. And this marked the beginning of the Sangha. The Sangha is the Buddhist monastic community. And for the next 45 years, the Buddha traveled throughout India, teaching people from all walks of life. His teachings were characterized by their simplicity, their practicality, and their universality. He welcomed everyone, regardless of their social status or background, and emphasized the importance of personal experience and self-discovery. At 80, the Buddha passed away in Kushinagar, India, and his final words were, all conditioned things are subject to decay. Strive on with diligence. So in his passing became known as the parinirvana, and it marked the end of his physical presence, but not the end of his teachings. The Buddha's legacy continues to inspire and guide millions of people worldwide. His teachings point to a path of inner peace, wisdom, and compassion, and provide a meaningful and fulfilling life framework. The principles of Buddhism remain as relevant today as they were 2,500 years ago, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of cultivating love and kindness in a world, sadly, often filled with suffering and conflict. And to remind you, you are listening to Zen and the Art of NLP with me, Dr. Steve Simpson. We're going to take a swift break very shortly, but before we do that, take a moment to think about these 4 questions. Question number 1, what is your greatest gift? If you can't think of anything, your friends and family will. You probably think this is normal to be good at this. Question 2, what is the one thing that you desire the most? Desire is important, but it's not too important. Question number 3, what's the one thing that is stopping you from achieving it? Because if you can't find out what's stopping you, then not much is going to happen probably. And the final question, which is a little bit different, what's the one thing that you want to share with others, Now, this is important for a number of reasons. One of them is that for now you're not thinking about ego. You're thinking, how can I help others? How can I share something with others? And these higher frequencies, they will bounce around the universe and they'll resonate somewhere, and you might possibly be rewarded or get some pleasant surprises. When we return, step 2 of 3 asks the question, where are we now? And step 3 asks, we follow on, where are we going? We'll soon find out and put some secrets, put some Zen secrets into practice with a guided meditation that will release the wisdom of your unconscious mind. Trust me, this is a lot easier than it might sound. Stay tuned. We will be right back, helping you achieve more success with a lot less stress. We are right back. I hope you enjoyed pondering those 4 big questions during the break. The best way to find out more about me and my work, and I hope you do, is to check out my website, drstephensimpson.com. Sign up for my free weekly newsletter and discover plenty of other free stuff to explore, including the popular The Zen Doctor and Poker Genius podcast channels. If you feel rich, and I hope you do, and if you don't, I hope you soon will be extremely rich, then you can also purchase some great books, hypnotic audio books, and coaching programs there. Now let's move on to step 2 of 3, and it concerns where we are right now, Buddha's legacy in the modern world. And even though Buddha lived over 2,500 years ago, his teachings remain incredibly relevant and helpful in navigating the complexities and the challenges of modern life. And here are several ways the Buddha's wisdom can guide and support us moving forward. The Four Noble Truths that we mentioned before, the Buddha's core teaching on suffering provides a profound framework for understanding the nature of human pain and dissatisfaction. By acknowledging the reality of suffering, identifying its causes, and recognizing that there are potent ways to reduce suffering and embracing the path to liberation, we can cultivate resilience and find true inner peace. Mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness central to Buddhist meditation, trains us to observe our thoughts, our emotions, and our sensations without judgment. This heightened awareness enables us to respond skillfully to challenging situations, to break free from destructive patterns, and to cultivate more outstanding emotional balance. And the Eightfold Path, this practical guide, outlines a holistic approach to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. It encourages the development of ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, fostering a sense of inner peace and well-being. The 5 precepts, which we haven't really talked about, and the Eightfold Path, they're intrinsically connected within the Buddhist framework, representing the foundation for ethical conduct and the path towards enlightenment, respectively. So don't miss the next show, as we'll explore how we can use these foundations in our daily lives in a bit more detail. So now we'll move on to step 3 of 3. And it's the final step, which asks the question, well, where are we going? Are we there yet? No. This is important because the answer can help us to achieve a lot more success with a lot less stress. That's what this show is about. That's our goal. We aim to discover enlightenment, or nirvana as it's known, which is a complete liberation from suffering. And while this may seem lofty, it provides a guiding aspiration and a sense of purpose in life. The Buddha's teachings, they offer timeless wisdom that can be applied to the challenges of modern life. By embracing these principles, we can develop greater resilience, compassion, and inner peace, and help to contribute to a more just and compassionate world. How good would that be? But enlightenment doesn't come from words alone. It comes from the depths of the unconscious mind. So I invite you to join me for a 3-minute guided meditation to find the stillness where the truth can speak. Or as Leonard Cohen said, there's always a crack where the light gets in. So let's get started now. Find a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a few deep breaths, feeling your body relax with each exhale. Bring to mind the image of the Buddha, a serene figure seated in meditation, radiating peace and wisdom. Consider the Buddha's life. Born into privilege, he renounced it all in search of truth. He faced hardship and temptation, but ultimately attained enlightenment. Reflect on what we can learn from the Buddha, even if it's only one thing. His journey teaches us the importance of seeking inner peace, even amidst life's challenges. It reminds us that true happiness comes from within, not from external possessions or achievements. Focus on your breath. Notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest. As thoughts surface and then fade away, as they always will, make no judgment or analysis, and gently return your attention to your breath, which is your anchor. Contemplate the Four Noble Truths. The truth of suffering. Recognize that suffering is a part of life. The truth of the cause of suffering. Understand that craving and attachment lead to suffering. The truth of the end of suffering. Know that it is possible to end suffering. The truth of the path to the end of suffering is to follow the Eightfold Path to find liberation. Consider how these truths apply to your own life. What attachments or cravings are causing you suffering? How can you cultivate mindfulness and compassion to find peace? Take a moment to set an intention. Inspired by the Buddha's teachings, choose one small step today to live a more mindful and compassionate life. Slowly open your eyes. Carry the peace and wisdom of the Buddha with you throughout your day. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to practice mindfulness and compassion. Seize those moments. And may this meditation bring you closer to the teachings of the Buddha and inspire you to live a more awakened life. Remember, meditation is a practice. With consistent effort, you'll develop a deeper connection to your inner stillness, finding moments of tranquility and clarity amidst the busyness of life. The origins of Zen span centuries and continents, and they embrace a rich tapestry of history, philosophy, and spiritual practice. From its roots in Indian Buddhism to its flower in China and Japan, Zen has evolved into a multifaceted tradition that inspires and transforms life today. Whether one seeks enlightenment, inner peace, or a deeper understanding of oneself, Zen offers a path of self-discovery and awakening that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. Its timeless wisdom and profound simplicity resonate with those who are seeking a meaningful and fulfilling life in the modern world. Time for a few quick questions from our listeners. Is Buddhism a religion or a philosophy? Well, you can look up what these words mean in a dictionary, but remember that, to me, words don't mean so much. It's really the emotion and the feeling behind a word. So I don't think that Buddhism is a religion, because Buddha's not a god. He's just a relatively normal person who went on a journey and found what he was looking for. And I think there can be other Buddhas as well. Is it a philosophy? Well, it certainly is, but as indeed are many, if not all, religions. There's always lots of great philosophical content there. What's karma and how does it work? Well, I can't give you a good answer now in the time that we have left. So one quick question, which I can deal with. Do Buddhists have dietary restrictions? I don't think Buddhists have any restrictions about anything. Now, there are things that they're recommended not to do and things they're recommended to do, but at the end of the day, it's up to the individual. I mean, that's all part of karma as well. Many Buddhists choose not to eat meat or maybe even dairy products as well. But again, I know Buddhists who do eat meat and don't, eat pretty much everything they can. So again, it's all personal choice, what you feel is the right thing to do. Anyway, now it's time for the top tip of the week. and it is live with the natural flow of life, accept it as ever-changing, and avoid the temptation to control it. No over-controlling here, because this is the easy way to a lot more success with a lot less stress. So thanks for joining us on the show today. We've got a great program lined up for you on the same day, at the same time, and at the same place next week. Be there and invite all your friends and family and everybody else too, even the people you don't like, because who knows, you might even get to enjoy their company because stranger things have happened. We live in a strange universe. So I look forward to meeting you all again next week. In the meantime, meet many exciting new people, make massive, huge progress on your projects, and most importantly all, have almost too much fun. So thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now.
You have been listening to the Zen and Art of NLP. A lot more success with a lot less stress. Tune in every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as we dive into the depths of your unconscious mind and awaken your intuition, unlocking hidden talents and supercharging your personal and professional relationships. Continue embarking on a stress-free journey towards unparalleled success by subscribing to future episodes and stay updated on the latest content. Easily share these captivating shows with your loved ones and create meaningful connections. Book a personal session with Dr. Steve Simpson to delve deeper into the topics that resonate with you. You can visit his website at drstevensimpson.com.